June 13th, Job 40 through 42. Job 40. And Yah answered Job and said, Should a reprover contend with the Almighty? Let him who reproves Eloha answer it. And Job answered Yah and said, See, I am insignificant. What would I answer you? I lay my hand over my mouth. Once I have spoken, but I have no answer, and twice, but I say no more. Then Yah answered Job out of the whirlwind, and said, Now gird up your loins like a man. I ask you, and you answer me. Would you also set aside my judgment? Would you pronounce me wrong, and you be declared righteous? Or do you have an arm like El? Or do you thunder with a voice like his? Deck yourself, please, with excellency and grandeur, and put on esteem and splendor. Scatter abroad the rage of your wrath, and look on everyone who is proud, and bring him low. Look on everyone who is proud, humble him, and tread down the wrongdoers in their place. Hide them in the dust together, bind their faces in obscurity. Then even I would confess to you that your own right hand does save you. See now, Behemoth, which I made along with you, he eats grass like an ox. See now, his strength is in his loins, and his power is in his stomach muscles. He bends his tail like a cedar. The sinews of his thighs are knit together. His bones are like tubes of bronze. His ribs like bars of iron. He is the beginning of the ways of El. His maker brings near his word. For the mountains yield food for him, and all the beasts of the field play there. He lies under the slender trees, under cover of reed and swamp. The slender trees cover him with their shade. The willows by the stream surround him. See, if a river rages, he is not alarmed, he feels safe. Even if the Jordan gushes into his mouth, before his eyes shall he be caught with snares, or his nose pierced? Job 41. Would you draw out Leviathan with a hook, or snare his tongue with a line which you lower? Would you put a cord through his nose, or pierce his jaw with a hook? Would he keep on pleading with you? Would he speak softly to you? Would he make a covenant with you to be taken as a servant forever? Would you play with him as with a bird, or leash him for young girls? Would trading partners bargain over him? Would they divide him among the merchants? Fill his skin with harpoons, or his head with fishing spears? Put your hand on him, think of the struggle, do not do it again. See, any expectation of him is disappointed. He is laid low, even at the sight of him. No one is so foolhardy to wake him up. Who then is able to stand against me? Who has given to me first, that I should repay him? Under all the heavens that is mine. I would not keep silent concerning his limbs, or his mighty power, or his fair frame. Who shall take off the surface of his skin? Who reproaches him with a double bridle? Who shall open the doors of his face, with his frightening teeth all around? Rows of scale are his pride, closed up, a binding seal. One to the other they fit closely. Not even a breath enters between them. They are joined one to another. They stick together and are not separated. His sneezings flash forth light, and his eyes are like the eyelids of the morning. Out of his mouth go firebrands. Sparks of fire shoot out. Out of his nostrils comes smoke, like a boiling pot or kettle. His breath sets coals on fire, and a flame goes out of his mouth. Strength dwells in his neck, and fear leaps before him. The folds of his flesh cleave together. They are firm on him, immovable. His heart is as hard as stone, even as hard as the lower millstone. When he raises himself up, the mighty are afraid. Because of his crashings, they are bewildered. No sword that reaches him does prevail, neither spear, dart, or lance. He reckons iron as straw, bronze as rotten wood. The arrow does not make him flee. Sling stones become stubble to him. Clubs are reckoned as straw. He laughs at the rattle of a lance. His undersides are like sharp pot shears. He sprawls on the mud like a threshing sledge. He makes the deep boil like a pot. He makes the sea like a pot of ointment. He leaves a shining path behind him. One would think the deep to be gray-haired. No one on the earth is like him, one made without fear. He sees all that is haughty. He is sovereign over all the sons of pride. Job 42. And Job answered Yah and said, You know that you are able to do all, and that no purpose is withheld from you. Who is this that hides counsel without knowledge? Therefore I declared, but I did not understand, matters too marvelous for me, which I did not know. Listen, please, and let me speak, I ask you. Then would you make it known to me? I have heard of you by the hearing of the ear, but now my eye sees you. Therefore I despise myself, and repent in dust and ashes. And it came to be, after Yah had spoken these words to Job, that Yah said to Eliphaz the Temanite, My wrath is burned against you and your two friends, for you have not spoken of me what is right, as did my servant Job. And now, take 7 bulls and 7 rams, and go to my servant Job, and offer up an ascending offering for yourselves. And let my servant Job pray for you, for I accept him, lest I punish you, because you have not spoken of me what is right, as did my servant Job. So Eliphaz the Temanite, and Bildad the Shuhite, Zophar the Nahamanite, went and did as Yah commanded them, and Yah accepted the face of Job. And Yah turned the captivity of Job when he prayed for his friends. And Yah gave Job twice as much as he had before. And all his brothers and all his sisters and all those who had been his friends before came to him and ate food with him in his house. And they sympathized with him and comforted him for all the evil that Yah had brought upon him. And they each gave him a gesita, and each one a ring of gold. And Yah blessed the latter days of Job more than his beginning, for he had 14,000 sheep, 6,000 camels, 1,000 yoke of oxen, and 1,000 female donkeys. And he had 7 sons and 3 daughters. And he called the name of the first Yemimah, and the name of the second Ketsiah, and the name of the third Kirin Hapuk. And in all the land were found no women so beautiful as the daughters of Job, and their father gave them an inheritance among their brothers. And after this Job lived 140 years, and saw his children and grandchildren for 4 generations. And Job died old and satisfied with days.